Hello and welcome to a VO's Journey podcast. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. It is Tuesday, May 3rd. Yes, I'm actually coming out with a new episode after yesterday. I mean, it's ludicrous, but I am super excited, having a blast in the new studio in the booth. And I thought, hey, I had a couple sessions today, and I was speaking with my last student that I was working with, and we had a great conversation about creating content. And this student wanted to start creating content, but they were unsure about what content should be the content. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What type of content you should be creating as a voice actor to get business. All right, let's do it. This is VO's Journey. With your host, the incomparable Anthony Pica. All right, we are back. Very excited to be coming to you with another episode. I believe this is episode number 237. We're rocking and rolling. Also, real quick, if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, check out the link in the description or head over to avosjourney.com to look at a VO's Journey Elite Academy. We're running a special right now, 50% off your first month. Really fantastic, you guys. We have 5 classes each week. Well, actually 6 classes each week. We have marketing. We have a couple of voice acting classes. We have technical DAW work, business systems, audiobook classes. We also have tons of tutorials and archived content and all kinds of daily content that's just for the group that I create. So it's really fantastic. Plus, we had a private Facebook group and great community. We're almost at 200 members, so we'd love for you to join. If you can, like I said, just check out the link below, get a special deal. All right. Anyways, let's dive into this topic of content. I get this a lot, and, I talk about it a great deal, tell a lot of voice actors, you need to be creating content, you need to be putting out content. And I want to talk to you today about the 2 different types of content that I'm talking about when I tell you you need to be putting out content consistently as a voice actor to get work. Okay? All right. So the first content that I'm talking about is new demos, new samples. Okay? We need to continuously be creating new demos, new samples. And when I say sample, I mean like one 15-second spot. Like one spot from your demo to me is like a sample of your work. Okay, if you did an audition, as long as you didn't have to sign an NDA, if you've done, some work for someone else and it's already gone public, all of that stuff is you creating content, all right, in the form of samples, demos, videos, any of that kind of content where you're creating work that you've done. It is vital that you get that work out consistently and posting it as many places as possible, adding it to all of the websites you're on, creating new gigs, creating new offers, putting it on social media, right? Letting people know, hey, look at the job I have just done, or this was a sample I made up today, and then adding your email address. Say, hey, if you'd like to work with me, if you need a voiceover, email me here, or check out my website here, or check out, go to my Fiverr profile here, or go to my Upwork profile, wherever, my voices.com profile, wherever you want to send people. But the first piece of content that you need to create on a daily basis is demos and samples. Okay. And if you are not good yet at doing that, we need to get good at a couple of things as voice actors, because, and this is something that I teach a lot of people on, we represent ourselves now. I mean, yes, can we get agents? Of course. And many of my students do have agents, but many of them will tell you that, 90% of the work, 95% of the work they get is not from their agents. They get themselves. You have to be able to get your own work. Okay. And, in order to do that, you have to realize that you are now also acting as a studio. Okay. You are your own studio. And as a studio, you need to be able to mix music, mix special effects, put all of those and create your own sample. Get copy, write your own copy. Here's another thing I've been doing a lot recently too. A lot of people have been hiring me to do their podcast intros and outros and write them for them. Right? They give me the description of their work, tell me a little bit about themselves, and I write the script for them. Being able to do that is a very valuable skill, and it adds to what you can offer. But let's talk real quick about getting copy, okay? Getting copy can't be more simple. First and foremost, most people I talk to, if they're just starting out or they haven't, gone past learning about copy, than just what they've seen in other groups, they usually go to places like Edge Studio or even voices.com, different places where they post practice scripts. There's nothing wrong with using the practice scripts, okay? But just note that when you use this stuff, everyone else is also using it. It can become very tired. And I have to tell you, I said this in the other day, as a former casting director and working with a lot of voice actors now, you begin to hear the same stuff over and over again. All right. You need variety. You need things that are unique. And also, the more unique your copy is, the more you can gear it towards your voice. And there's nothing better than you actually voicing a piece that is in your cadence, something you are very familiar with and confident in. Okay. So that's really, really important. So one way that I really like to get copy is I like to go to Google, type in S&P 500 list, and that pulls up a list of the S&P 500 in many forms. I usually use Wikipedia. And that just pulls up a list of all these companies. All right. They're very well-known companies. And I use this just as a list to find a company. And once I find a company name, like Starbucks or something, I'll go and I'll search in Starbucks. I'll go to Starbucks' website. Using their website, these companies pay millions of dollars for copywriters, for people to come up with their slogans, their ad campaigns, up-to-date marketing that they are using. We can use that stuff from their website, take it, write it for our needs, okay, and put that in our demos and samples. It is not copyright infringement because you are not trying to sell. Like, for example, you're not selling Starbucks like you own the company. No one is going to come after you and tell you, stop marketing for free. Stuff that I already have out on the internet for free. No one's going to do that. And no one has ever done that. There's just like, and I always use the idea, like if you went into an acting audition, well, what do you do when you go to an acting audition on Broadway? Well, you're going to use, well, Broadway, you'll use the piece they're working. But if you go anywhere else, you're going to be using work that's already out there to audition with. And no, you do not have to pay them to audition with the work. We understand that as artists, all right, and people in the industry. So this is a great way to get copy. Now, how to write the copy, this is important. You need to start to study a little bit how certain commercials, voiceovers, genres, styles, if you will, sound. What beginning, middle, and ends do they use? Okay, you can do this by simply going, like I said, to voices.com, Voice123, Fiverr, or Upwork, anywhere where you want to listen to demos and listen to how these commercials sound, right? How people are voicing them, the cadence with them, how that, the beginning, the middle, and an end. What happens at the beginning? There's a statement, right? All right, there's a problem. There's a statement of a problem or a challenge. All right, the middle, okay, there's the solution. Okay, there's the solution, coming to the solution. And then at the end, right, that's the summary or the tag. Okay, usually this is how most commercials are written. And by knowing this, you can then go and backward engineer any script and create your own and have endless amounts of content. Okay, audiobooks. You just go to Amazon. They have all those books on there. The first two chapters for free. Get an excerpt. You only need 20, 25 seconds. Your audiobook demo should be no more than a minute anyways, minute 15, and it should be only 3 20-second pieces. All right? You don't need more than that. Okay, no one wants to listen to that. It used to be like 6 minutes for your demo for audiobook. No one's listening to 6 minutes anymore. No way. But the point I'm trying to make is that you've got to get good at getting copy. All right? Then at mixing, all right, you need to get a subscription to a place like Storyblocks. All right? Or what? There's a couple other, I don't know what it's called, Music Hero. There's many different places, that you can get subscriptions to. All right. And this allows you to have unlimited access to music, royalty-free music, sound effects, a variety of different things. Okay. That you as a voice actor, as a studio, need to have. So by having that, you can then go and find that music, those pieces, download them, and mix them with your music. Here's a little quick tip, because I was talking about this today with another student earlier. And she was, we were talking and she was just asking me, I don't know, how do I figure out what music to find? So what I do is when I'm searching for music, instead of searching for names or things like that, because I would have no idea, I search for the mood or the tone or the emotion that I'm trying to go for. And, as just like we put tags for our work, so do people who post the music and that stuff, so that I get exactly what I'm looking for because I'm searching for the mood that I'm trying to create. Okay. Now, when it comes to special effects, I just type in the name or the type of the special effect. Okay. And where do I get that from? Well, that comes from that's an artistic thing about you creating a story. All right. So, that is part of this, is there is an artistic piece to it. But before you have to worry about that, you've got to be able to at least have access to the music, have access to special effects, have access, to a DAW that allows you to mix your stuff. I love Adobe Audition. That's just something personally that I love to do. Other people, there's many other ones. Okay. But I love Adobe Audition. You can simply mix it in a multi-track. And, using ducking and some of the different things that I've done videos on the YouTube channel, you can fairly easily pump out a lot of content, and you'll get better as you go along, right? Or, shameless plug, get a session with me and I'll show you how to do it step by step. We'll do it together. I'll share my screen and we'll do it one step at a time. It's not hard after you learn it, right? But the hard part is learning it first, because you're like, I have no idea where to start. But it's really vital that you get that done and learn how to do it so that you can put out that content. Okay? So that's the first set of content that I talk about. The second piece of content is different. This content is, I like to think of it as, what show are you creating? Okay? What is your overall show that you want to make? I think of social media platforms and these things as like TV channels. All right? And on those channels, there is specific type of TV shows. There's different TV shows on those channels, but there's a specific type. Right? Whether it's like Lifetime, or whether it's the news or sports, or, daytime soaps, or, sitcoms, movies, et cetera, right? So when it comes time for you to create content, I've noticed a lot of voice actors really get caught up with the idea that they have to create content that does nothing but revolves around trying to get people to buy voiceovers from them. And I would I would say to you that that's the wrong way to go about this completely. What you want to do is you want to pick something that you enjoy talking about, something that you enjoy discussing, a community that you enjoy being a part of. All right. Maybe you make silly jokes all the time and you are going to create a show, right? As a voice actor, it's a silly joke voice actor, or you just do silly jokes. Listen, there's a book I want you guys to check out. It's called Fanology. It's a really good book, Fanology, and it's about how creating customers through fans, right? Creating fans. And the idea here is that, like I always say, doesn't matter how good you are at anything, if no one knows you exist, you're never going to get hired. So your job in any way you can is to get people to know you exist. And one way is by creating a daily show or content show where you talk about, hell, maybe you want to talk about Star Trek The Next Generation. Talk about Star Trek The Next Generation. Do you have to talk now, here's the question. Do you have to talk about Star Trek The Next Generation like you are talking like as a voice actor? No, you do not. This is what I'm trying to say. You do not have to live in this prism of you are only a voice actor. I eat, sleep, breathe, die voice acting. That's great. But at the same time, the rest of the world does not. How does this help your business? Because what it does is it gets you in front of people. Please pay attention to this part. This is probably the most important part of this whole podcast. Remember, businesses, clients, casting directors, studios, whoever, they're all people who have their own dreams, their own desires, their own wishes, their own unique opinions and hobbies, etc. You have to be able to separate the fact that you doing nothing but constantly marketing yourself as a voice actor is going to is going to always work. What you want to do is you want to get in front of as many people as possible who begin to like you, who begin to trust you, who become interested in you. By doing this, all right, then you will inevitably talk about the fact that you're a voice actor, and you'll have a link on your site or on the stuff you post that sends them to your website that shows that you're a voice actor. And these people who are interested in Star Trek The Next Generation, there's going to be people who will want to hire you to be a voice actor, because we are people, we are multifaceted, right? We might like Star Trek The Next Generation, and we might work for a company who needs voiceovers. All right. The whole point here is for you to get in front of as many people as possible, build that brand around you, keep putting out content. Now, listen, I said that you could talk about anything, and you can. If you want to talk about, voiceover, and you want to find an interesting way, that's cool. Do a show about, cool voiceovers throughout, like voiceovers that you didn't know about, or cool, like you could do a show about, did you know who, information about that Geico guy who does the Geico commercials, or, the guy who does, Allstate commercials, did you know kind of thing. You can do all kinds of stuff. And the idea about creating content is to get in front of as many people as you can, build fans. Those fans then become followers. Those followers then become customers. Okay? It's how this whole thing works, and it's how you can do it. Don't think that all you have to do is talk about voiceover 24/7, right? Like, it would be annoying to you too. So you don't have to do that. You can talk about things that you want to talk about. And in the meantime, what you'll find is you'll actually find new opportunities open the door for you, right? New opportunities come about, okay, that you didn't even realize. As voice actors, we have so many different directions we can go into, I always feel like we hold the keys to the kingdom because our main job is communication. Our only job is communication, right? That's what we're supposed to do, is help communicate. And the better we are at communicating, the more successful we are. Well, part of creating this second piece of content that I'm talking about is you communicating again. And the better you communicate something that you like or you're excited about or you could talk about, the more work you're going to get, the more people are going to know you, and the more success you're going to have. Listen, you guys, I hope this has been helpful. I wanted to talk about what I mean by content and how you can create content and what actually content is content, okay? And please, give it a shot. If you crash and burn, guess what? That's okay. I've done it a million times. You're going to crash and burn. Keep going. Document it. You think back, think about this. How cool would you have thought if we got to see, if we got to see Don LaFontaine documenting his journey about him and the work he was doing when he first started out. All right. I mean, that's priceless stuff. Okay. Document your journey, even if it's your journey on starting a Star Trek The Next Generation channel. All right. Just get yourself out there and putting out stuff that you are interested in. And I promise you will find people who are interested in it too, and they will be able to help you grow your business. It is amazing. You have to have faith here. I promise you. All right. This works, you guys. It really does. Listen, thank you so much, as always, for being a part of a VO's journey and listening to the podcast. Again, check out that link below for the 50% off the first month for VO's Journey Elite Academy. You will not regret it. It is something I'm just blown away by how wonderful our community is and how much it's helping everybody. So I hope to see you there. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Who knows? I might be back again tomorrow. All right, see you later. Peace.